the representative of my president this evening for the opening ceremony and to declare the 39th edition of late Murtala Mohammed Ramat Cup 2022 open this evening. Thank you very much for your coming. I want to assure you that this year's edition is going to be a special one. And you can see we recorded about 21 states in this tournament. Every year we don't normally have less than 20. And kudos to the states that were around, and we are assuring the country that to this year soon, if you watch, so many states learn their lessons, because if you look at the screening this year, you could see that the sizes that were used are the correct sizes. I want to commend my screening or my technical crew for ensuring that they maintain the standard, and the states too learning from the standard that is being put down.
Hello. Information, please. Information.
There is nothing we can say except to thank Allah. The match went as expected. It was successful. All praise to Allah. It was a successful one.
I think the competition was nice. It was okay. Fair officiating. Everything was okay. Actually, it pains me, but I know that the game was not going to be easy. But I tried my best, to make sure it ended this way. Through collective effort, if my team actually win the next round and the second round, I think we'll go far. I want to go international.
Yes, you can see there the young boys under 16 from Rivers and also from Kano. They showcase their talent in that event. That's Ramat Cup, the 39th edition taking place in Kano. We keep giving you views from Kano concerning that particular competition. Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria, they've been running this particular competition for the past 39 years. And now the boys are happy. They are showcasing their talent in football. Under 16, 21 states, and the FCT, they are there, at least vying for honors in the Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria competition. Uses that to usher you in into 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Joining me in the studio to talk sport this hour is Olawale Peters.
Good evening, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back in the studio.
I saw you smiling there with the boys for their performance.
I saw a good free kick, just like what we used to see from Beckham in those days, and I saw a good save from a keeper. I wish our goalkeepers, they are watching this and see what under 16, what they are doing, what they are capable of doing. So what we need now is to do more. What do I mean by saying more? We should try and introduce something more like a scholarship to probably the best goalkeeper, the highest goal scorer, the most valuable player among these children, so that they can have what it takes to compete for the best. Look at the free kick. Look at the save from the keeper. It's been very, very long. I saw something fantastic coming from real under 16. And from what the vice chairman said also, the screening committee, they did a thorough job to make sure that we really have the right candidates as in terms of age this time around. So they are playing among their mates. Not that we have someone that when you hear the shot or when you see the speed or the pace, you ask yourself that, oh, is this short coming from under 16 or what have you. So I think it's a very good development, but we need to do more to motivate, encourage the kids to do more. It's a very good development, and I think kudos to them.
Yeah, okay, that's the free kick you were talking about there. If you can't have that great free kick again, it was a scintillating performance from that young lad who scored that goal. Talking about the under-16 competition, they are taking place in Kano. We've been at least giving you much more concerning this particular competition, starting from the opening ceremony where the young lad were screened, those who are past the age and those who actually meet up the under-16 competition, to let you know that the athletes will also be coming up as long as the football is ongoing over there in Kano. 21 states are competing for honors in this competition organized by Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria, led by the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Dr. Nasiru Gauna there. Well, good one for the fact that these boys have a template to show their talent. And according to what he just said, the boys are happy. And if they are to be at least appreciated for what they are doing, scholarship will be the best thing to give these young lads for what they are doing in the world of sport. Well, our man Abdulaziz has been doing a wonderful job from Kano there. We just have to appreciate you for what you're doing. And now let's look at the MPFL. Sometimes, let's say like 2 weeks now, Coach Augustine Guavoin actually has been moving around different stadia in Nigeria to watch the MPFL, and now he's coming out that Nigeria has talented players, and that shows that's a green light towards our home-based players who plays in our league here to have an opportunity to feature in the Super Eagles or any other competition that the Super Eagles are playing. But for him to have said this, MPFL has talented players. He has been to Ilorin, he has been to Makurdi to watch Lobi, to watch Kwara, and now he's coming up with that particular verdict that MPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League, a lot of talented players are based there. Okay, and it's good that he's telling us what we know already. So what we want to see is the action. Not to talk. Not to talk. Everybody, we know the caliber of players that we have in our local leagues. What are we going to do with them? What process are we setting in place? We had a discussion on this issue sometimes back on the show, that we have a process about goalkeeping, that the best goalkeeper in the league will be drafted into Super Eagles. We have that. If you don't have a process in place, all what he's saying is what you already know, but let's have the process in place to choose the best. However, I think we need to caution Eguavon. What do I mean? We are playing Ghana. We are not assembling team this time around. We have team already on ground. Our concentration now will be who and who are going to play that team. That match come 22nd and 29th of next month. So we are talking about in a month's time. We have to look at talking to the players outside the country that will be coming to see how they are going to release them on time. Actually, to cut you there, that has been because a news came out that Eguavon and Amunike are already planning, because news came out that they are being owed some outstanding allowances, that is Super Eagles, and now they are seeing how they can move to Europe, talk to these guys that will be featured. Come and play this game. Let's qualify. We'll settle your money. NFF has done that, and also Eguavon already speaking. The news just came in while we talk. I think here we go again. Is it the time for us to be talking about owing the Super Eagles their bonus allowance? Is it the time that they want to travel outside the country? The money they want to spend to travel, let them add the money together and settle the players. Once you settle them, you don't need to go over there again to talk to them. So what we are saying now is they should not lose focus of what we had in front of us. A good one, what he's doing, he wants to assemble, he wants to give more local players playing time. But no, that's not the issue. Right, the first issue is we have a team on ground. Let's work on those teams to make sure they qualify us for the World Cup. Number two, the issue we are having surrounding owing players. Are they not the same government official promising them 50,000 per goal, 100,000 per goal? So what happened now that we are still having the issue? I hope we will not repeat this, a case that happened during the World Cup in Brazil, that the players refused to train before our match against France because of the money they are earning. I think we shouldn't get this, okay?
we should do the right thing at the right time.
We've been talking concerning Nigerian Super Eagles, although what led to that particular talk came from the MPFL. We're looking at the MPFL having the bright players, talented enough to make the Super Eagles squad, coming from Augustine Eguavoen, the interim manager of the team. Well, from what he just said is that while he's looking or scouting for best players, his attention should not be diverted. He should remember Nigeria have an Aquilian task to perform against Ghana come match, and we just have to march forward to prosecute that game because we have to be at the World Cup. It's a must. Nigeria must go there. Well, it's going to be a big fight between Ghana, the Black Stars, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the two-legged competition that will be coming up in March. Nigerian Super Eagles must be there. A lot of Nigerians are looking at, well, don't be carried away while you are scouting the MPFL. Focus on Nigerian Super Eagles. And the issue of bonus allowances being owed to Super Eagles should not come up. After all, a lot of dollars that was promised to this player if they do this, if they do that during AFCON. Aside that, during competitions, money always comes. I remember the guest we had yesterday talking about our ladies who did well in basketball qualifying for the World Cup. The same energy that we used to support the Super Eagles, all those corporate bodies should also keep fit to support the ladies, the Nigerian D Tigers. Not everyone will play football. All sports really are important. And the smiles this lady has brought to the faces of Nigerians is what being appreciated. Now that's a food for thought coming from the stable of 360 Sport. And now we move away from MPFL. Let's talk about another story trending because our time is fast running. Let's go English. Let's talk about the English Football League that will be coming up. Premier League will be coming up today between Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion. That game is a match that Manchester United lately, they've been struggling. Let me use that word because this is not what they expected. This is not what they thought would have happened. By now, Ragnick, everybody was happy. He's coming to put changes here. This will happen, that will happen. Seems they are stuck. What are you looking at in this game? Okay,
this is a game for Manchester United to win. It's not a game for them to draw. And their three last matches against Middlesbrough before they lost in the FA, it was 1-1. The one they played against Burnley, 1-1. Their last match against Southampton, 1-1. So they want to turn to a draw soup football club. So tonight's match, they have to be careful of draw also because the Brighton that they are playing, they have a record of the most drawn matches in Premiership. They've drawn 12 matches.
They could be coming for a draw too.
They'll be coming for a draw. They've drawn 12 matches. So that shows that when it comes to that, they are the best. And this is not the time for Man U to draw points tonight. They have 40 points and sitting 5th position. They have Arsenal telling them. They have Tottenham telling them. And both Arsenal and Tottenham, they have 2 and 3 matches to play. And the point between Manchester United and Arsenal is just 1 point. Between Manchester United and Tottenham is just 3 points. So if they should draw or lose to this match, their hope of qualifying for Champions League next season will be. And we are talking about a club that have changed 7 coaches since 2013. That's Alex Ferguson left. And they've spent over $1 billion on players transfer, buying new players. So the issue they are having, I don't think coaches are the problem they are having. I don't think money is the problem they're having. The attitude of the players, some of the players, they don't deserve to wear that red devil jersey. Sincerely.
They don't deserve to be there. Well, I think Manchester United need to review those players who are not worthy enough. According to Olawale Peters there, we've been looking at that team playing again today against Brighton and Hove Albion. That match will be coming up today in the English Premier League as an outstanding team. Let's see what Manchester United will do if they will be able to get a win in this particular game. That transfers us to the Champions League. UEFA Champions League is for tonight. Earlier, we've talked about PSG versus Real Madrid. That's a match a lot of people want to see as a star match between the two clubs. A lot of things are interwoven with those two teams. So many French players involved. A lot of history. But now we are going to be looking at that briefly. But let's look at Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City. Talking about the UEFA Champions League. Man City versus Sporting Lisbon tonight will be a match that when you look at Man City from the way they play now, you will say, okay, they're going to win this match at the Estadio Jose Imargels there. But football can just be so dicey that Sporting Lisbon might just shock them?
Okay, if you look at it, you look at Sporting, what are they doing? Who are they? But they are currently the Portuguese champions. Yes, and they won the league last season after waiting for almost 19 years. So that means they have something to show for it. And they have a player that Man City should be wary of. When they sold Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United, they were like, how can you sell your best player? But Pedro came in. Pedro last season has scored 23 goals, even higher than what Bruno Fernandes scored while he was with the team. He scored 20 goals. So that means they still have a team. And their team also, from the 25 squad team that they have Portuguese that are 15. So it's like you are playing a semi-Portugal team tonight. And Manchester City, on the other hand, this is the time for Pep Guardiola to show that the support, financial support that has been given to him by the owner, is the only coach that have spent over €1 billion on players.
Procurement or purchase or buying, yes, whatever English want to use.
Since 2016 to date.
Free hand to operate.
€1 billion. That's what they've made available
to Guardiola
between 2016 and to date. And what has he done with the money? What they want him to do. The FA Cup, they've won it before he came. The Premier League, they've won it before he came. The Carling Cup, they've won it before he came. The Community Shield, they've won it before
they won the
he
Champions
came.
League.
They won the Champions League. And he has not. The last time he won Champions League was when he was at Barcelona. That's why a lot of people believe that without Messi, Guardiola is not a coach.
And he was even trying to drag him to Man City.
To Man City, exactly. He went to Bayern Munich also after his sabbatical leave when he left Barcelona. He spent 2 seasons. He won what Bayern Munich has been winning.
For Champions League.
So Champions League, so this is an opportunity for him to justify the money that has been spent. And he has the players. He has the players. But the tactics, it's what I think the problem is. If you look at the last Champions League final between Man City and Chelsea, he lost due to the tactics. Because I don't understand the reason why you are playing Chelsea and you'll be blocking your midfield, playing more of defensive. You can't be playing Chelsea and be playing defensive.
And Chelsea is not a team that you play and you want to lock up your midfield.
Because they have a lot of young stars there that they are full of speed and pace. So you can't do that with them. So he lost that match due to tactics. So I think he has learned from his mistake. But this time around, he needs to concentrate a game at a time. Against Sporting, it will be because they are coming in as the underdog. I think the market value of an old Sporting club is in the region of £251 million.
Which is now up to, let's say, 4 players in Manchester City.
Manchester City, they have a market value of £991 million. So you can see if you,
the value.
If you look at the value and the start they have, you can measure all the start they have in Manchester City. So he doesn't have any excuse not to win, not only tonight's match, to win the Champions League. So it's their game to lose.
That's what Manchester City hierarchy are looking for from Pep Guardiola. He must just get them that trophy. They've been coveting it. They've been looking for it. Real Madrid has gotten it 13 good times. Manchester City, they really need to do a lot of work if they want to win this, because a lot of teams are really having the history, having the record of always winning champions. You can't take it away from AC Milan, Liverpool, and Real Madrid, the team that actually have been the Galacticos when it comes to UEFA Champions League. They are PSG, Real Madrid, although briefly, just briefly, this match, I will only ask you about the prediction about the score.
Okay,
Real Madrid, PSG.
Okay, and they'll be good definitely, but I think it will end in a draw.
That's what you look at.
Yes,
a draw. Sporting
2-2, 1-1, 3-3 by seats.
But a draw.
Ending in a draw.
For PSG, Paris Saint-Germain hosting them at the Parc des Princes tonight over there in France. That will be a big fight between Real Madrid, where they have Benzema, Rodrigo, all the stars, and if you tilt towards PSG, they are all there. Array of stars. Man City, but Sporting, despite looking as if they are the underdogs, they might shock. They just have to be very careful if they are playing against the Portuguese team, talking about Manchester City. We'll be looking at our last story on the show, talking about a particular man who, well, out of, I don't know what I would call it, but maybe mistakenly or angrily kicked this cat, and that cat has landed him in trouble alongside his brother. Zuma has been the subject of discussion for almost a week and a half now. He's been here and there to be suspended or not. Now, £250,000. That's the amount he coughed out from his coffers to pay for the fact that he hit a cat. And now people are looking at, is this particular issue blown out of proportion because it's black? So people are saying, okay, what of Eden Hazard that kicked a ball boy? What of this, what of that? But Zuma agreed, he kicked his cat. And now, Dagenham has suspended his brother that plays for them. He wouldn't play. Himself he has to pay £250,000. A lot of issues on ground.
Okay, I think the issue is very simple. They have a law in ground that if you do this, animal protection law. So I don't think we have any excuse for what he did. You have it at the back of your mind that if it is Nigeria, cat is a very good soup for some people to deal with. But over there, they have a law that protects animal. So what he did, I don't think we have any reason to justify what he did, knowing fully that if you do this, this will be the punishment. So is it blown out of proportion? We can't rule that out. Because Antonio, that's the West Ham striker, he made a statement that if the same strength they are blowing the issue of Zuma. And Cat is the same way they are fighting against racism. The racism. So that is what we need to look into. Not for us to condone what he did, no. But we should look at if a situation like that happened, like the one you mentioned, Eden Hazard, when he kicked the ball boy, what happened to him just a day or 2 days and everything went under the ground. So we should look at what happened, the kind of noise we are making in this case. And to be sincere with you, the case of Greenwood, Martin Greenwood.
Look at it's already nobody's
even talking about it.
Yes.
It's like what Zuma did is even worse than what Mason Greenwood did. So that is what we should be looking at. The act, the offense he committed, it's wrong. But the process of the way they are blowing it, is it right or not? To me, I said no, they are blowing it out of proportion. Out of proportion,
because a lot of people are looking at, okay, Greenwood actually beat up a lady, did a lot of unspoken acts against her, and yet he's still with Manchester United. Nike, although there are sponsors that withdrew their sponsorship, same thing has happened to Zuma now.
Yeah, Adidas.
But for he paid £250,000. Was the amount they had to stop, they had to collect from him.
For beating the cat.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's lawful in UK, understandable. But the fact that a lot of people are looking at, is this matter not really being taken out of proportion? Talking about Zuma's case, well, that's England, this is Nigeria. We just have to look at that case because some people are looking at it from the area of being racism against this black player. Well, that's football. We just have to look at it. Eden Hazard, who kicked a ball boy, nothing really happened. Greenwood, a lot of players you want to mention. Even Ronaldo, I remember when he came one of his one player, that video went viral. Nothing really happened.
Nothing happened.
So, well, that's it for Zuma. Hopefully, the whole thing will actually go out. After all, West Ham are saying they will continue to play him despite that. They punished him, but for his performance, they believe in him so much. Good one from David Moyes and the entire squad. That will be it on the show. We want to appreciate your time with us once again.
It's my pleasure being here. The Talking Sport on 360 Sports on Trust TV with you.
Good one there. As we always say, that sport is fitness and business. We'll continue to bring to you the activities from Kano, talking about the 39th edition of Ramat Cup. Our man is there giving us all those clips. Thanks for staying with us on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.